breathing surface, so I'd get more smoke in my lungs per effort of smoking, you know, so I switched to those for a while. But I ended up smoking until I coughed blood for a little while, and I was pretty young for that, I think. And in fact, the first job that I ever lost, it was for smoking. So I just couldn't stop walking out and smoking cigarettes, and it was a job where you weren't allowed to smoke, and I'd be like, I know, but then I would just always try to figure out a way to leave, and then I got fired because I couldn't go like 2 hours without smoking cigarettes. And so later in my life, I got into recovery from drugs and alcohol, which is excellent. But I continued to smoke cigarettes, and even in fact, when I was in treatment, I remember I cut a hole like in the screen in the window in my room in the treatment center so that I could like hang out and smoke cigarettes because I didn't want to go the sort of length of time that they expected us to go without smoking. So later, when I decided to quit, I was really motivated, and on the list I remember, I think it was number 9, the money thing, but that was like really the only reason for me at first, which it doesn't really matter what my reason was. I was really motivated by the money thing because I think I was kind of broke. And I did the Michigan smoker kit thing that Aaron was talking about so much that he loves, and it was very helpful, and at that time actually they would give you free nicotine replacement. I think that's why I did it. It wasn't just a coupon, it was actually free at that time. They would send it to you, but you had to do all this stuff and you had to talk with a quick coach. And I did all that stuff, and it was actually super helpful. And a lot of the things that she had me do, the things like cleaning my car really good, or my room, like washing all my clothes, telling everyone that I was going to be quitting smoking, all these things that helped me prepare. Then when it was my day to quit smoking, like I woke up that day and I was a non-smoker. And that made a huge difference because before, when I tried to quit, the way I identified was like, oh, I'm trying to quit. You know, it was very different from I'm a non-smoker today. And so that really worked, and I was successful. The problem was I had a relapse on nicotine. I started chewing tobacco, and then it got worse. But I quit for a year, and then I started again, and I think that had a lot to do with some of the things that they talked about with the way we maintain our sobriety. You know, so in recovery, we have to do all this stuff, you know, to stay stopped. And I didn't do a lot of that stuff with the nicotine thing, and I think it had a lot to do with being surrounded by people who smoked and not talking about the cravings I was having with anyone and that sort of stuff. And so it really was a lot of like not really respecting the power of my nicotine addiction. And so sort of did like what we would do, you know, in recovery, where we would look at our addiction or our relapse and make a plan for how we would do it differently the next time. And I was able to quit again. You know, I wish I knew the date. I'm not really sure. I think it was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago or something. And I haven't had any nicotine since then. And it's just one